Do you see you? You say hi. Oh my goodness, child. Hi guys, it's Amanda and Sophie. And today we are doing Sophie's 18-month update. I can't believe she's 18 months. She is a year and a half old. I don't know how long she's gonna last here because she's very wiggly and has had a very fussy day. Hey you. No standing on the table. There we go. We stand right there. That's a little better. So she may not be with me for most of this update. As you can see, this little girl has been growing, haven't you? As you can see, her hair has been getting really curly. And Alex is going to make a cameo here too. Okay, no. Play with them again.
Sophie.
That's right. You can see it sharing. This is a hard concept to learn, but we're learning. We're learning. So she has been growing. She is like right on the 50th percentile curve. She started wearing 18-month clothes like right before she turned 18 months. So unlike my big boy Alex over here, he was like in clothes for twice his age all the way along. And she's just been in for clothes that were made for exactly her age all the way along. Okay, mommy's gonna take them away.
No!
Do you need to go inside?
No!
Okay, then you need to wait. Sophie's having her turn right now. Oh my goodness. It's a challenge with two, I tell you. It is a challenge some days, isn't it? So, her growth has just been really average all the way along, which is kind of crazy considering how much this girl eats. I've talked about this in like every other update and that hasn't changed at all. It's amazing just how much food this girl can put away. So this girl has a crazy high metabolism. It's like she eats as much as Bill and I would eat each meal. It is so much food, it's unbelievable. Where do you put it out? Do you see you in there?
Wait, I got
you? Yeah. You're 18 months old now, aren't you? So she's continuing to eat absolutely everything. Another way she and her brother are just polar opposites. She eats every single little thing that we give her. It's quite something. Why don't you go play with this over in the grass? Okay? Have fun, knock yourself out. So like the only foods that she is a little iffy about not eating are bland foods. It's kind of hilarious, like just polar opposite of Alex. You know, if I give her like noodles with nothing on it or like toast with only butter on it, you know, something that doesn't have a whole lot of flavor, then she's more likely to not eat it. But even then, if I just demonstrate that I'm eating it, then she wants to eat it. And I can't eat anything around this girl because she just wants whatever I'm eating, regardless of how full she is. It's pretty funny. So this girl can eat. Yet somehow she remains like right on the 50th percentile for everything. Height, weight, head, everything. All right, Alex, that's making a lot of noise and I'm trying to make a video. She's even actually a little bit petite. She just has these tiny little hands and feet and these skinny little legs. I don't know if I'm ever gonna get through this video. Okay. And recently there's been a lot of this going on, just a lot of whining. So I really feel like we're starting to enter into that toddler phase because she's started to have a few tantrums here and there, and it's nothing serious, but you know, if she has something taken away from her or you know we have to leave an activity that she really wants to be doing, you know, her brother pushes her, that's an obvious one, and sometimes just for no apparent reason. Like today we've had a bit of a struggle. She's been resisting her nap all day, which is really unlike her. But we've just been having a few little toddler type behaviors that are starting to creep in right on time for 18 months. For the most part, she's just such an easygoing girl. She always has been. She was just an easygoing baby. She's an easygoing little toddler now. You know, she has her moments, but for the most part, she's just so chill. Most of the time, she really doesn't make a fuss unless she has a good reason to. And she's also extremely independent. She's just an independent child. I just give them a lot of opportunity to play by themselves, and both kids actually are very, very good at playing by themselves. Like Sophie is just really resourceful, I think partly just because she's the younger child as well, she's kind of had to stick up for herself because a lot of the time I'm dealing with a three-nager and, you know, the stuff that comes along with having a three-nager. Poor Sophie, I feel like she gets the short end of the stick sometimes. It's kind of a mixed blessing because at the same time, she's like an incredibly self-sufficient little child. Like she, you know, she gets what she needs and she just gets things done, you know. She's a really good problem solver. If there's something that she needs or wants, like she figures out a way to get it herself without my help. And she just is really good at coming up with ways to play by herself. She's really kinesthetic, both with the like fine motor and gross motor skills. Like she's really been into the Duplo Legos. That's like really been her thing lately, which is awesome because Alex has never been that into them. He's kind of into them, but she's really into them. She'll just sit there for like a half an hour and she's just like fascinated with like how they stick together and come apart, and she'll like just stick a bunch of them together and try and make a tower. And it's just really, really fun to watch her concentrating and, you know, seeing those little wheels turn. So I think she got, you know, that aspect of her daddy's engineering gene, and that she seems interested in how things work and, you know, manipulating things and putting things together. And she also just loves making towers with the regular blocks and like the foam blocks and that kind of thing. And she already seems to have an imagination, which is really cool. I mean, maybe she's just watching her brother, but a lot of the time she will, you know, just make something out of Legos, or she'll have like one of the little dolls out of the little doll house, and she'll be, you know, sitting them in the chairs. And with toys, she's already making sound effects. She's probably learned that from her brother, but she already seems to have an imagination. And along with that, she's also very creative and artsy. She's very interested when we have pen and paper or crayons, or, you know, we have like those bath crayons and like finger paints for the bath and that kind of thing. All of that stuff she's really interested in. She may end up being an artsy little thing. And she's also very musical. Even though she doesn't have a lot of words yet, she sings on key. It's really cute. She'll sing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and she'll try to sound like she thinks the words sound like. So like for up above, she'll say like up ababa. It's really cute. And so I'm amazed that she's like already singing on key. She has a sense of rhythm. I had some song playing on Pandora, I don't remember what it was, but I noticed that she was clicking her tongue. She's very experimental with her mouth and her voice right now, and she's, you know, clicking her tongue like that. And I started paying attention and I realized that she was clicking her tongue in time to the music. And then she kind of like got off rhythm a little and she stopped and she listened, and then she like started clicking in time again to the music. She might end up being musical. That might be her thing. But like I said, she's also very, very physical. This is one way she has been so different than her brother. Alex has always been a little bit behind on his gross motor skills and always, you know, very, very cautious and afraid to climb and try new physical things like that. She is the exact opposite. She has no fear. She just like goes for it. We go to the playground and she'll climb to the very top of the like tallest play structure and go down a slide by herself. So she's very physical. I have to watch her a lot more than I did with Alex because she'll climb up on top of the dining room table. She'll climb up over the back of the couch. Like she tries to get up on the desk. Like I saw her trying to climb the bookshelf once. And so this girl, I have to look after her because she is starting to get a little bit more of a sense of caution now. Like she is a lot more careful than she was at the very beginning when she would just like fall off everything all the time and keep going. Thankfully, she is starting to get a little bit more sensible, you know, about what she is and isn't capable of. But man, she just has no fear. She just, you know, when it comes to physical stuff, she just goes for it. So I'm thinking that eventually I'd like to put her in gymnastics. That was one thing that I did when I was a little girl, and I just see how physical she is, and I really think that she might end up really enjoying that.
You want to go to Grandma and Granddad's house?
You want to go to Grandma and Granddad's house?
Yes.
Well, we're not going to go today. So anyway, this little girl here is quite the explorer. You know, we have the woods behind our house. Nope, don't touch. Don't touch. Go find a strawberry. No. Go find a strawberry. Good girl. Even though she's just this little toddling 18-month-old, you know, we put some shoes on her and away she goes. Sometimes she falls in the dirt and she doesn't care. She just gets back up and she just loves running down the trails back there. So that's been a lot of fun to watch. She's just so physical. When we play with a ball, that kind of thing, she's very interested in throwing, catching, kicking a ball, that kind of thing. And in terms of her language development, that's also just something that's been very different than it was with her brother, because as you saw in Alex's little 3-year interview, he's an extremely verbal little kid, and I think at 18 months he already had like 200 words and was starting to make short sentences and that kind of thing, and was, you know, already knew all the letters and their sounds and all of that, which is not normal. And so that was kind of what I was used to, and you know, but I had to realize, oh yeah, like what Sophie is doing is really normal. And so in terms of her language development, she's just like really par for the course. I'd say she's said about, you know, 20 words, and she's babbling a ton. You know, she babbles and talks like the way she thinks we're talking, and so she'll just go on and on and on like talking, and it's really cute. You know, she has said about, I'd say 15-20 words, but I just feel like she's just on the cusp. I feel like any day it's just gonna start exploding and she's gonna start saying all these words. So it's gonna be a lot of fun, like once she starts talking and she and Alex can talk together. That will be so much fun. It's really cute because when we're driving in the car, Alex will talk to her in the back seat and like point out what he sees and like, look over there, Sophie, I see an airplane, and look over there, Sophie, there's some power lines. And it's really cute. So it'll be cute when she can start talking back to them and they can have conversations, and I can start eavesdropping on them and hearing their adorable little conversations. Speaking of which, yeah, she and Alex have a really special little relationship. You know, obvious sibling challenges, you know, they are figuring out how to take turns and share, and that's always a challenge and that kind of thing. You know, sometimes they push each other, but it's not that bad, and I feel like the vast majority of the time they have a really good relationship, and I am just living vicariously through them because I was an only child and I always wanted to have more than one kid myself, just so they could have that special sibling relationship that I never had. And so, you know, and I prayed about their relationship when I was pregnant with Sophie, when she was born, like all along I've prayed that they'd have a good relationship, and they really do. They just love each other so much. You probably saw in Alex's interview that he's made up all these songs about Sophie, and she loves it when he sings those songs to her, and they're very affectionate with each other. You know, like I mentioned, they're both really independent. Like, it's so nice that we've reached this point now where like they can even go upstairs and I can be doing something downstairs and they'll play together for like 30-40 minutes, and occasionally, you know, I'll hear some crying or screaming, I'll go up and intervene or whatever, but for the most part they play so well together, and it's a beautiful thing. I am just loving this stage and seeing their little relationship developing. Nope, put it back 5, 4. Little Sophie is over here busy eating all the tomatoes off the plants, aren't you? We have a ton of tomatoes right now, so we don't mind that she's doing it now. No, not the big ones. Sophie, no, not the big ones, just the little ones. Good listening. Earlier in the season, she didn't understand the difference between ripe and unripe, and she would just eat all of the tomatoes, regardless of whether they were ripe or green. And so she's finally learning now that the colorful ones are the ones she can eat. But, you know, like I said, this girl and her food, she just can't be stopped. Can you go over and play with Sophie, please? Can you help her find her shoe? Where did her shoe go? So we had her 18-month checkup, and she is definitely in the very needy mommy phase right now. I mean, this is true when we go anywhere social. She's very, very clingy right now. Make good choices, please. Thank you. So she's definitely a mama's girl. When we are with unfamiliar people, she's just like, hey, do you see you? Can you say hi? Can you say hi? Hi. She sees herself in the little viewfinder there. Nope, don't touch. I'm watching you, don't touch. Thank you. Our 18-month checkup was a little difficult because she didn't want the doctor to even get near her. So that was a bit of a challenge. But she is healthy as can be. Like, we have zero concerns about this girl. Like, she is just developing so well. Things are just right on course. As you can see, she is pretty much the sweetest thing ever. She's just so incredibly sweet. I can hardly stand how sweet she is sometimes.
Mama.
Hi, can you say hi? Hi. Hi is one of her words. Can you say uh-oh? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh was her first word, just like Alex. Oh, she's learned no. Can you say no? No. And you say mama. Mama and dada. Dada. And she says gamma for grandma. Don't you? Can you say grandma? Grandma, yeah. And she says up and down, and I don't even know if I can remember all the words she says right now, but she has a few. So yes, she definitely has the stranger danger going on right now. She's a little introverted child, just like her mama was. She's very bashful, especially when we're in new groups of people. Yeah, she's very much into hugging mom's leg right now, and she does this little bashful look. Can you do the little bashful look? Right now, you're not being bashful. Oh my goodness, child. Oh my goodness, we gotta stay down here. What's that? The airplane? Airplane? Yeah. Is that right? She's got like my exact temperament that I had when I was a kid. Just really chill most of the time, but also very much wanting to stay with mom and dad when we're with people, huh? So that's about all I can think of for now. She's just a sweet, sweet little girl. So it's kind of funny, between the first and second child, like I kept track of every little thing with Alex when he was a baby, and now there's just not time for doing that as much as I really want to. So, you know, like this update, you know, I'm just flying off the seat in my pants, just remembering what I can remember. I haven't taken any notes or anything, but I think that covers most of it. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching her 18-month update. If you guys have been watching since I was pregnant with her, kudos to you. Thank you so much for watching little Sophie grow up from the very beginning here.
Hello for today, you guys. Thank you so much for joining. See you next video. Bye.
You can see he was closing out for me. And the next one I do for her will probably be her 2-year update, because I'm only gonna do them every 6 months or so at this point. So if you want to see all of the other updates that I did with her up until now, I will have those linked in the description and in the cards here as well. And if you want to see my pregnancy with her as well, I will also have that linked as well. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Can you say bye-bye? Bye-bye, good girl. Blow kiss. Mwah. Yeah. Bye-bye.